The two most important days of your life are the day you're born and the day you discover why. And I just kept trying to figure out what my life was for. My father was born in 1914. My grandfather was a slave. My grandfather was born into slavery. My grandfather was a slave till he was 12. I was 27 years old and I was miserable. A girl dared me to go to this comedy club because she knew I was funny. First time ever in a comedy club, didn't even know comedy club existed. I won amateur night that night. I won $50 and I went to work and quit my job. My boss, as I put my box on his desk and told him I was leaving to be a comedian, he said, "Steve, you're not even funny." Are you kidding me? You've got a family. You put that stuff back on your desk. He said, "I'll tell you what, you leave out this door, don't ever come back in here again." None of my family believed in me. The only family member I had that thought it was a good idea was my father. Everybody else told me no, laughed at me. And my dad was the only one who believed in me. I became homeless. I lived in a car for 3 years. My mother never knew I was homeless. I couldn't tell her I was homeless. That would have broke her heart. I used to spend the night in hotel parking lots. What was I gonna do? I ain't had nowhere to stay, so I lived in the car. I was washing up in a hotel, and I'd go in the stall, and I'd soap myself up like washcloths. And I would get another handful and wet them down, and I'd come and I'd take the soap off with them. Well, I got soaped up, but a convention was in town. And so for 45 minutes, it was just a parade of men coming in that bathroom. And I'd take it off my clothes. This soap is drying on me. I just started crying. But I was done at that point. I said, that's it, man. I can't do this anymore. And my mother had allowed me to put an answer machine in the attic of the house. Just a phone line and an answer machine. I was out there living in a car and I was struggling, but I could call back to that answering machine and see if I got any work. I had $35. And I said, come on, God, man, I've been trying to make this dream come true. You done left me out here like this. I went to a payphone. So I called and I punched in the code. Hey, Steve, this is Chuck Sutton with Showtime at the Apollo. We saw a tape of you. You're very funny. If you could get here Sunday night, we'd love to put you on television. Call me back. Let me know if you can make it. So I hung the phone up. I'm crushed because my whole dream of being on TV, and I couldn't get to New York. I got $35. How am I gonna get to New York? I can't make it. So I'm standing there at the phone booth and tears just coming down my face. I said, God, because this it. I ain't even got the money to go to the Apollo. My whole thing, I wanted to be on TV. I couldn't even make the dream come true. This is the most messed up moment. And so I said, man, let me call this dude back and see if he said this Sunday. Because maybe he said next Sunday and I can hustle up a little bit of money. So I called him back. Steve, this is Chuck Sutton, Showtime at the Apollo. We have an opening Sunday night at Showtime at the Apollo. If you can make it, we'd love to put you on TV. I said, it's this Sunday. Before I hit the button, I heard, you have another message. Now, it wasn't there before. So I punched my code in. I listened to the second message. It said, Steve Harvey, this is Tom Sober from the Comedy Caravan. He said, I have a gig in Jacksonville, Florida on Friday night that pays $150. If you can get there Friday night, you'll make $150. So I called him back and I said, hey, Tom, did you get a gig away? He said, no, it's still available. He said, can you get there? I said, I'm in Pensacola, Florida. I'm 3.5 hours away. So I drive to Jacksonville, Florida, And that night I made the 150. Club owner said, if you stay tomorrow night, I'm gonna give you another $150. So now I got $300 now. So I get on the phone, I call Chuck Sutton. I say, hey man, is the gig still available at Showtime at the Apollo? He said, yeah, we got one opening left. I said, I'll be there. Got on a plane, flew. Everything I had was in 2 bags. Got to the Apollo. I said, hey man, I'm here. I got there at 11 o'clock in the morning. He said, you can't stay here because you don't come on to the late show tonight. I said, man, I ain't got nowhere to go. I said, if you just let me stay in this building, man, I ain't gonna move around nothing. I ain't got nowhere to go. He said, all right, if you go upstairs, don't come down. So he put me in a dressing room on the 6th floor. So the comedians started coming in the building. They started coming up on the 6th floor. So I meet this guy named D.L. Hughley. Then this other dude walked in named Jamie Foxx. So we don't know each other, ain't none of us famous. I was on the last show of the night. D.L. Hughley went downstairs. D.L. Hughley got booed off. Jamie Foxx went down there and got booed. I'm nervous, man, I'm about to throw up. So I walk out. Harvey! I had wrote this joke. Mike Tyson had got in a fight in Harlem with this heavyweight named Mitch Green. Mike Tyson had hit the dude in the eye in the store. Now he was on the news, his eye was swollen. So the joke I wrote was, they was interviewing Mitch Green and he was telling everybody what happened, but his eye took over the interview. And his eye started talking. I look down, it's on the way. The heavyweight champ's fist is coming towards my face. I just say, Lord, Lord, Lord. And when the punch came, the Apollo, man, they went crazy. They lost their mind. I got a standing ovation. I'm Steve Harvey, man. Thanks a lot, Apollo. I walked off stage, man, just started crying. I couldn't believe it. They paid me. I made $750. I'd never made $750 telling jokes in one night. That was my first television appearance. A couple weeks later, they came to me and said, would you come back to New York and host amateur night for us to just try you out? Oh, ain't no problem. And so I went to New York, I hosted amateur night, and I was killing. And that's how I got on TV. It was my very first TV show. I hosted Showtime at the Apollo. I ended up being the longest running host in the history of Showtime. I did that show for 8 years. And that was my turn back moment. See, in your life, everybody has a turn back moment. You have a moment where you can go forward or you can give up. But the thing you have to keep in mind before you give up is that if you give up, the guarantee is it will never happen. That's the guarantee of quitting, that it will never happen, no way under the sun. The only way the possibility remains that it can happen is if you never give up, no matter what. When you feel like giving up, don't. When you thinking about giving up, don't. When it look like you ain't gonna make it, keep going. When they tell you you can't, come on, man, who are they? When they tell you to put all your stuff back on your desk, don't do that, man. When they tell you you're not funny, you're not gonna make it, don't believe them, man. Don't believe them. You got to be relentless. When they tell you that you overexposed, be relentless.